If I would go to the Minister of Education and say, hey, listen, 65% are dropped out from the schools among girls because there is zero high schools in the unrecognized villages, they would say, you know, we can't violate the Israeli policy because these are illegal villages. And when Morad said it's unrecognized villages, the term of unrecognition, this was created by us as activists. Until this moment, Israel called it the illegal villages, not the unrecognized villages. So the unrecognized term created by the activists, this is the kind of concept that we created to push forward that the government of Israel would recognize the rights of the Bedouin in their lands. Then I looked at the situation and I said, what is there to help me as a social worker? I can't turn back my client, I can't look at my community suffering, and I can't victimize myself, because you have two options: to stand over there and say there is no hope, or to say I'm gonna create the solution step by step. If it's only one woman at the time, one child at the time, you create a new reality, and you create that reality that will become facts on the ground. So two things. One is to utilize the lens of citizenship. By the Israeli law, we are equal to the Jewish majority. By the Israeli law, our kids are entitled to education, health, welfare, everything that you can think as social rights are there for both of us. So how I'm gonna navigate this lens of citizenship in order to serve my own people without really challenging the system in a way that I am calling for structural change, because for me this wasn't the right time. I wanted to create the gradual change. So I used first the lens of citizenship. What are the cracks there? How I'm gonna go about it to create this change? And the second thing is that thing that happened with me in 2000, when I was leading one of the demonstrations next to the parliament, the Knesset. And I said to myself, let's say one of the nice ministers would leave his tower and say, hey, Majnoune, you are screaming all day, you are shouting against the Minister of Education and the Minister of Welfare, what do you want? Do I know what I want? Do my people understand what do they want? Once Morad and the advocates change the law, will my people be able to practice it? Do they know how to actually take the law and translate it into their lives? I don't know. That moment I decided that usually marginalized communities, we are expert in defining problems. Ask us, we will tell you everything. But when it comes to solutions, we are not really there. We need some support. We need to understand what is it exactly that we want. So I decided I'm going back. I'm not doing the classical advocacy. I'm going back to the field. I'm starting to organize the people and mobilize them and empower them. So these are the three concepts that I started with in order to create solutions.